Hey, this is how you create an outline in Schoology. So you're on your project dashboard, and this is the project that I created for you, and then you copied because you have an outline already there. So here's your list of sources that you've added. I gave you just a couple, and then I added a few for my own project. So these are on ranked choice voting, which is the topic that I'm looking into. And then we have note cards, and this is where you've added details and information from um, your sources into Noodletools. And as usual, Noodletools is taking a second to get loaded. So what you want to do is over here on the far right, when this gets loaded, you'll see that there's an outline already for you. And what you've done is you've probably taken and looked at what I've asked you to kind of talk about, who are the key individuals involved, and you pulled over details and information that kind of talks about the key individuals, where they stand to lose, what's the bias. So we have bias information. I'm going to delete that here. Let's see if I can remove it. So why we need ranked choice voting. So I've pulled note cards over to kind of give some background. People who are for it or against it, I will add notes there. And what I just want to do is I want to describe what it is. So I want to name the topic and provide a description. So instead of leaving that, I'm going to actually type in what it is that I am talking about, and I'm going to provide a description. So instead of leaving it with the words that I provided to you, which don't really mean anything, I'm going to add some details. So I'm going to say rank choice voting is a way to rank individual candidates by voters' preference. So there is, what it does. And then I might want to provide a note card. So it's a bias definition. So let's see here. That's mis and disinformation. True. Okay. So this is a true reflection of so this is what I want to add here. I want to say under this one, I want to add this note card. And when I read it, it says that proponents argue it results in a truer reflection of voter support. Okay. So that is what it says. And so I want to make sure that I add that there, because it's like, okay, so what is it? And then, and then I want to describe in more detail what those steps are. So that's the next thing that I'm going to do, is I'm going to add a card that kind of breaks down the process by someone else who's an expert in ranked choice voting. And so I'm going to go on, and actually this probably is going to be more in the proponents. So who's involved? What do they like about it? So that, well, actually that might be some background there. I'll leave it there in the background so I can establish like this side thinks this side thinks this, and then I can get into the media down in the body paragraphs. So anyways, I'm going to leave that there, then give some context, time, place, and circumstances. This is where I'll look historically into ranked choice voting. So this is where I want to think about why we might need that. Historically, what's happened when we have third-party candidates, and that is that basically you throw your vote away if you vote for a third-party candidate, because typically Republican or Democrat candidate is going to have the majority of the vote. So if you vote for a third party, it's like you're not voting for anybody. But with ranked choice voting, you can vote for your third-party candidate and then pick one of the more central candidates as your second and your third choice, so you can put them in order. And so anyways, that's what it does. And so I'll provide more of that kind of description detail here. Notice I replaced the general words that I had put in there for you guys to kind of give you an idea of what kind of information goes there with actual real information that I'm going to have in my paper. So you should be going in and replacing, and the only things that should be left for my original outline is the introduction, this body of the essay, and then the conclusion and works cited. The rest of it should be your words related to your topic. So you're not just going to leave my stuff there. All right. So that is how you create the outline. I want it as complete as possible here. before you download it and add it to Schoology or Google Docs or do any of that. Because this way you can move cards around as you think through it. Like I already kind of was thinking through what I want to put in what order, and I can just drag and drop cards and put them where I want to. And then I can move them out if I don't want it. If I decide I don't want this here, I just slide it out and it's gone. And now I can slide in the information that I need. So that's why I want you to develop here so you can manipulate your cards pretty easily without having to rewrite or get lost. Did I already use that card or not? So this is the best place to get started on that. So this is what you're working on this week. If you have any questions, let me know.